Howdy doody everybody, I hope you are doing great. In today's video we are talking about Spider-Man number 2, Do's and Wolverine, which absolutely took me by, like, I don't know, just blindsided everyone, I think, out of nowhere. So we're going to be talking about that with Paradise.
I'm back.
How you doing, man?
I'm all good. These are two exciting games. Okay, disclaimer, we both like Marvel, and we both like a lot of the Marvel characters and superheroes and stuff, but first of all, Wolverine, that came out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
And Spider-Man 2, there is actually like a few things in Spider-Man 2 that, for me, have got me very excited. I'm just going to say Venom is, for one thing. I just freaking think Venom is such a sick character.
Yeah, you love the Spider-Man characters. For me, like,
I do.
On my side, I'm like, you know, like every time, because you know, guys don't hear like the behind-the-scenes conversations that we have, like as the Aris gaming team. But when like we're talking about superheroes, like Spider-Man is like Paradise's dude, but I wouldn't say Wolverine is my dude. But I definitely grew up with the '90s cartoons, and I just have like a strong attachment to Wolverine and him being cool. I just feel like Wolverine is that guy that will just body like anyone, even though he's got good powers. He doesn't have like
I don't think people that aren't clued in, I don't think know exactly what's going on with Wolverine in terms of his powers, because there are Wolverine like proper fans that they're his favorite, but I don't see a lot of people actually putting respect on Wolverine, because he's one of the like insane tier superheroes that I don't even think people realize that he's like, I mean, I don't know where he would go in terms of power tier, but he's basically invincible, and he has like he has adamantium skeleton and claws, which can cut through a lot of things in like the continuity of the universe. So I just think Wolverine is like a super high tier superhero that basically gets the respect of like a B tier superhero, but that's just my experience.
Yeah, I definitely. Well, with the new kids, it gets the respect, but with everybody that grew up in the '90s watching like that, or just knows about the comics, you know that Wolverine is the guy basically. So I love Wolverine. But let's talk about some aspects of Spider-Man 2. So we know that the game is coming out in 2023, so that is a ways off. What do you think about that? 2023. I thought it'd be quicker, a little bit.
Yeah, I'm in this. I thought it would actually be considerably sooner than that. I won't complain, because I feel like if they need the extra time, I would rather them say that than say next year and then delay. So I was surprised, but hopefully it will make for like the game to be all the better, you know.
Yeah, we know that we're going to be able to play as both Peter and Miles in it. Who you're going to be playing as? I'm guessing that they're going to have an intertwining mission, so you don't necessarily get a choice. But
that's the thing. We don't know how they're going to handle that. We also don't know what the implications of the multiverse, obviously with the two of them being like together like that, are. I would say I will be Peter if I get the choice, and the main reason for that is because in the past Spider-Man games, like the latest ones, he just had more gadget options in his combat rather than it being power based with like electricity and stuff like Miles. It was all about the different gadgets that Spider-Man has, and for me, I preferred that style of combat and gameplay. But Miles is still sick.
The powers of Miles were so much better, like the electrical stuff that he has and the invisibility and all of that stuff was really cool. But you guys can let me know which Spider-Man do you think is better. I feel Miles is better. I feel like Miles is like cooler. The whole vibe of like the Miles Morales Spider-Man game was my jam. I really enjoyed that more so than like the base game. But Paradise is here.
I'm on the
talking about
side.
Gadgets and little spider bots in it. Like he loves it.
I will slight tangent. I just love in the original how you would be fighting people and you just be quick stopping gadgets, flinging things around, little bots, little landmines, tripwires, the power ones that like send people flying. I loved that combat. I still like the Miles combat, but you know, everyone's got a preference.
Talking about combat and all of that stuff, they actually said it in the blog post that we're actually going to be getting new abilities as well. And one of the things that ties into the new abilities, there was a rumor before the game was actually revealed. There were a bunch of rumors going around that we're actually going to get the like black suit Spider-Man as well, so the Venom suit, the symbiote suit for Spider-Man. So I don't know if we're gonna get like some crazy abilities from Peter in that way, and that will like.
I hope so.
Symbiote Spider-Man.
Yes.
I like that better than Miles Morales. Now that's top tier. Like that is it. Like that's the one that actually is like
from
really
the original
cool.
movies with
Yeah, no, even that part. Like I know people call it like cheesy and corny. I love that. That's like really cool.
It's
like,
an iconic
really like
scene for sure.
Yeah, when he's just walking down the road like dancing.
It's so great.
Bully Maguire, isn't it? Bully Maguire.
Yeah.
I love it. So if they do introduce that, that's really cool. And along with that, at the end of this trailer, they actually introduced Venom as well. So Venom's going to be part of this game. I know that you like Venom as well, like a lot. I feel like Venom.
One of my favorite villains. Like I actually like Rhino. Rhino is like a completely like lower tier than Venom, but
yeah,
the possibilities that Venom has as a symbiote, and all of the lore in the Marvel world that goes behind like the different symbiote types, and then like you've got like Carnage and the other kinds of ones, is so interesting. And it ultimately, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it all ties back into like Null and stuff, right? Which is sort of the recent like stuff that's been happening about Null in the comics and things like that.
Yeah, in the comics they had a recent event called The King in Black, which revolves around the symbiote god Null, and this guy is so strong, he just like blacks out the whole universe, and he's got a bunch of powers to control stuff, and he's controlling like literal like what are they called, the Celestials. So yeah, it's like super strong, and he's basically, there's even hints of him maybe appearing in the MCU with Gore the God Butcher and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting if that all gets implemented. But we've already got Venom movies as well, so I know people love Venom and the way that it happens, but I'm not too sure if this happens because I haven't watched the trailer again after watching it. But I swear I heard a bit of Kraven in the trailer, and if you don't know about Kraven is just like some mad hunter dude that just like hunting people down, and that's going to be interesting if that is an aspect. But you guys can let me know if I'm mishearing that.
I think I'm on your side of the fence there. I think it personally was. But speaking about like hearing the voices, did you hear Venom's voice actor in the trailer?
Yes, I don't know. Yeah,
because I thought that was pretty cool. I liked the voice that they went with.
So they've gone with the voice actor from someone from like Candyman, I think it is. So that's going to be pretty cool as well. But let's dial back into Wolverine for a second, because we haven't spoken much about Wolverine. What do you know about man like James Howlett or Logan or Wolverine? Do you know anything about it?
I will tell you what I know about Wolverine, and let me know if I'm wrong, because this is off the top of my head. I have not prepped research for this. So he has super regeneration, superhuman abilities like power, strength, reflexes, which go into his like martial combat being his thing, basically. He originally had like retractable bone claws, like it was all about his bones. But I can't remember how it happened, but basically they injected like adamantium into his like spine, right? And it like made all of his bones turn into adamantium metal, including his retractable claws. And adamantium is like one of the strongest materials in the universe. I don't think it's but it's one of, right? And
it's not as strong as vibranium, right? If I'm getting this correct, I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's a vibranium like alloy, so it's like it's got like molecules mixed in, so it's nearly as strong as vibranium, but it's got like different properties.
That's literally because I think people, if they don't know, might be confused. Like, how is he like tearing through like tanks and walls and stuff like that? Like, it's because the metal is that sharp and that strong. But the fact that he has that adamantium skeleton combined with his super like regeneration, it makes him like an invincible character. I don't think that
basically a little tank.
You can't kill him. Like, I don't know. You could maybe trap him in like a horrible way, like, you know, in a furnace, and then like just cover it in more like metal that he can't break through and stuff like that. But he's basically an unkillable like fighting machine that can like literally chop tanks in half and stuff like that. So
he's basically been to the point that you would think that he's like been destroyed and like killed, and he's still like regenerated from that. It takes him a while to regenerate, but he's definitely been like just nearly destroyed in the comics and come back and stuff like that. But the interesting thing about this game is it seems like it's going to be way more story driven and way more like emotional than the main like Spider-Man games, and it looks like they're building out a universe. So I'm thinking that this is like gonna be like Marvel's like Last of Us as well. I don't necessarily think that we need another one of these games because we've got like God of War, we had like Days Gone, we had Last of Us itself and all of that stuff, but Marvel's take on it, I'm excited for that. Like with Wolverine, it sounds like a recipe for goodness. So yeah, I'm excited to see where they go with this. If the storytelling is going to be great, because Wolverine's been around for ages, right? He's been around since like before like the World Wars. Like I think he was born in like the 1800s or something. Or something like that.
I didn't actually know it was that far. If it is that far,
yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's really cool.
Yeah. So like his experience with like growing up and the time and all of that stuff and all of the loss that he's gone through, like his whole thing is kind of like Spider-Man is like around loss and like tragedy and him like losing people and like raging out and stuff as well. I think he killed his parents like when he was younger because he just like raged out.
You're actually right. I've just remembered another one of his superpowers is slow aging, so that would make sense. Yeah. So
not only that, it also means that we're probably going to get like other X-Men that appear in there as well, and some epic stuff that unflows from that. But that was like our general like impressions and excitement and all the details for what we know so far of these new Marvel games that are coming out with Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine. And do you have any takeaways for us?
There was a few. I don't have them at hand, but there was a few Easter eggs in the Wolverine like reveal as well, right?
Yeah. So there was a thing that said like Madripoor, which is a place in the Marvel universe, kind of like a bar, and we've seen it in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And there was a Easter egg that kind of pointed out the first appearance of Wolverine in the comics, which is 181. People dispute if it's going to be like a different issue, which is 180, but I think most people, if they're seeing it in this trailer and it's been pointed out as 181, that is the first appearance of Wolverine. So it's interesting to see all these like little Easter eggs even in the trailer before we've even started. So maybe we might even get the Hulk appear.
Hulk v Wolverine, like that would be cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all interesting stuff. But Paradise, what videos you got going out as we wrap up this video?
So another really excited game that they've shown is the Knights of the Old Republic remake. As a big Star Wars head, and 260, I know you like Star Wars too, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the comics, the characters, and what we know about the remake, because there is some information out there, so we've bundled it together for you guys over there.
Yeah, and to let me know that you made it to the end of the video, talk about your favorite Marvel character. Let me know what your favorite Marvel superhero is. Who do you think is the strongest, and which one do you feel like if you were to be a superhero you would want to be in that universe? Anyway guys, thank you so much for all the love that you've shown on the videos, and that is it. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget you can subscribe so you don't miss another video.